everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chosen Lifelines for Relationships. My name is Walter Jennings.
And my name is Charmaine Jennings.
And we are your chosen life practitioners. We have been called to challenge and change relationship culture. Today, we want to talk about forgiveness in relationships. However, there is a very interesting term that Charmaine has actually created called the forgiveness credit score. Can you share a little bit about exactly what that is?
All right. Well, most of us, we start out in life, with a perfect credit score because, and it's perfect because we haven't done anything. We haven't taken out any loans or anything like that. And forgiveness is often like that. It's almost like a trust bank account as well, in the sense that with our family members, think about it, we have a bigger pool of grace. If I take something that doesn't belong to me, or if I promise to do something and I don't necessarily do what I say I'm going to do, 9 out of 10 times your family, okay, they have a lot faster process of forgiving you, right? But now let's change the environment and let's talk about you dating someone. You bring them over to the house. Let's say this person hates your family's food. They spit it out. I mean, that is a pretty huge offense, right? How quick are your family members going to be to forgive this person? They don't even know them. This is the first impression. So it might take years for this person to repair their credit score with your family now that offense has taken place, right? And so we just want to be careful about and knowing that if I go back and we're sharing details about our romantic partner that are less than favorable, 9 out of 10 times their credit score is just going to keep falling. And they may not be around long enough to be able to rebuild it and repair it.
Absolutely. So when we talk about a forgiveness credit score, we're talking about protecting your partner in their relationship with your family. And part of the way that we do that is by being mindful of the information that we share with our family members about our relationships and the individuals that we're dating. So there are 4 quick tips that we want to share with you that you want to bear in mind when you talk about information that you share with your family members in regard to relationships, your romantic relationships. Number 1, decide if it is a you issue, a them issue, or a we issue. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that when you're sharing with your family member the challenge or the issue, is it you? Is it is it your perspective? Is it maybe something that you may be feeling or an emotional trigger that you may be going through? Is it a they issue? Maybe your partner has shared with you something that, or maybe they have a personal hygiene issue, for example. Maybe they are dealing with a medical or a health issue. Is that something that is appropriate to share with that member of your family that you share intimate things with? And then lastly, is it a we issue? So is this a legitimate challenge that is happening within your relationship? And is this the right person and the right time to share that information with that family member?
Absolutely. Can you count on them not to just blurt out something at the dinner table during the holidays that you shared in confidence because now they can't even remember that, or they're upset or irritated at the person. Number 2, we want you to be aware of your family's feedback because it may be biased. And what do we mean by bias? I mean, sometimes our family, they have blind spots. Sometimes they may not know that if you bring to them a concern, a conflict, or whatever, or it could even be something positive, right? Sometimes people can't be happy for you if they're not happy. Sometimes people can't understand how you could forgive an offense that they've never forgiven, right? But most importantly, sometimes your family may not be able to check you and hold you accountable for your offenses to your partner because you're family. Some people believe that them being a family member means they have to be loyal to you. And being loyal to you means you're always right in their eyes and your partner's always the one that's wrong. And we know that is not made for a great opportunity for them to help you grow and for you to be accountable, responsible, and to take full ownership.
Absolutely. And so that's a really important part of, as you're receiving that information and advice from that family member, making sure that you're filtering it through the lens of them being team whatever your name is. They are your team member, they are your fan, they are an individual that has your back. And so making sure, though, again, which is great, that you're filtering that information to ensure that it doesn't prevent you from looking at the work you may need to do and looking at yourself. Number 3 is a very important one. you want to be careful that you don't compromise your individual resilience. And what we mean by that is that as you encounter challenges and difficulties and issues within your relationship, you want to be careful not to constantly defer to the voice of others, even when those individuals do give good advice, even when we know those individuals do care about us. Relationships offer us the opportunity for us to be able to learn more about ourselves, the things we like, the things we don't like, how we show up, how do people experience us. So we want to be careful that we are continuing to cultivate our individual resilience, which is staying power. That is, resilience is the ability to be able to stand firm, to ensure that we are holding fast to exactly what it is that we want, and the most important part of that is our growth process within it.
And our last and final tip is external noise can often cause internal chaos. And so be mindful when sometimes if you ever reach the emotional pressure point of frustration and anger or rage, oh my gosh, how many times have we all been at that place where our emotional scale has been off the charts? And so you are just really, you will talk to anyone and anybody that will listen, right? And then you have told this person the story, this person the story, and now all of these people have the story, and you're getting 7 different perspectives, right? And so now you probably would have had confidence in what you should do or what you would do if you got quiet, right? Allow that angry balloon to kind of deflate and really count on you and your most healthy self to give you your own advice, right? But now you have shared this angry story, and now they're giving you advice based on from that angry lens or that standpoint. And so now you're flooded with all of their opinions and their ideas, and now it's almost like, man, if I have to be loyal to them, if I don't choose what they say, then how are they going to feel? Or now, what if I reconciled with my partner? Are they going to judge me, right? And so you wouldn't have all of that internal chaos if you're mindful of who you distribute that information to and making sure that you don't allow their voices to become very noisy.
Absolutely. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this Chosen Lifeline for Relationship. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us at chosenlifespecialist.com. Again, my name is Walter Jennings.
My name is Charmaine Jennings.
We are your Chosen Life practitioners, where we have been called to challenge and change
relationship culture.
Do you remember the butterflies in your stomach when you and your partner had your first kiss or held hands? Or when you received that first I heart you emoji text message?
Happy emotions can be the centerpiece of relationships. But what happens when anger, frustration, or disappointment show up?
Do you have the support, skills, and strategies to exercise effective emotional intelligence? Contact us at chosenlifespecialist.com.
Chosen Life Specialists, where we have been called to challenge and change
relationship culture.